Hello, MonstersAbound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 7. I want to say 17. Can't be professional. Part 17 of my Fay Enchantress campaign. 7,000 subscribers. I've hit 7,000. Don't worry. I'll explain why the end turn is currently going in a minute. I'm a consummate professional, as I said, and that's why I've got 7,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who subscribed, obviously, including those people who subscribed all the way back when I was, had 2 subscribers, one of which was me, one of which was my wife. So thank you to both of those people. 7,000 subscribers. Just after a few years of doing this, to be honest. If I was opening Kinder eggs on YouTube, probably have 7 million by now, but I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all. I mean, in some ways, obviously, opening Kinder eggs would be easier, but it's just not as fun. You don't have as many people's heads pop off when you're opening Kinder eggs. Obviously, there was that one time, but I was found to have done no wrong there. That was just a freak accident, and that we just draw a line under that. That was fine. Now, unfortunately, as I say, content professional. When I ended the episode last time, it crashed. Now, I know it would be very easy to say, that's because you fucked up, didn't you? You declared war on Bretonnians and that lost your chivalry and you've restarted. To be honest, if I decided I was just going to reload it, I fucking would, right? I've got no morals. I've got very little ethics. There's just nothing there. If I was going to do that, I would, and I would have no problem with just doing it. The thing is, it just crashed. So I'm going to, obviously, obviously we'll enter on Tilia's side. I don't know if they are going to declare war on each other again. If they do, will I do the same thing? It's tricky, isn't it? It's tricky to know. I don't know. I mean, hopefully they don't. But the problem is they probably will go to war eventually anyway, and I'll have to make my choice. And obviously, declaring war on Bretonnians hits me quite hard. So, no, it looks like we're fine. Looks like we haven't had a problem there. We are at war with Norska, but oh well. No big deal there. But we haven't lost all of our lovely chivalry. So that's good. Maybe, just thinking this through, if Tilia are likely to declare war on the southern Bretonnian kingdoms here, maybe we break off our trade pact with them and kill them. I mean, Bretonnians before. I'm trying to think of some way to say bros before hoes, but I can't think of some way or anything that rhymes with Bretonnians that would make sense with it, Tilians. So I probably would have had to work on that beforehand, and I haven't. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's head back.
I tread softly.
Well, technically you're sailing, although you do float, so, but then you wouldn't be treading, well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is, let's get a Vitnia there, let's get some more wine, because obviously our Bretonnians are, well, let's face it, they are just lushes, aren't they? They're just getting pissed all of the time. How many barrels of wine do we make? We produce 182 barrels of wine every turn. I mean, that's a lot of wine. We are making a lot of wine. What was I doing here? Oh yes, I was recruiting questing lights, wasn't I? That's right. Obviously, we finished off the... Fuck it, we'll do that. We finished the... Do I get rid of these guys? No, this day. We finished off the Martung campaign. I'm waiting for the 8 Princes DLC to come out, so hopefully we should get early access to that at some point. Fingers crossed. I want to get a damsel for this army. We sent these guys on their way, didn't we? So let's send them on their way. Let's do that. And
glory awaits.
Indeed. Well, glory and also a shit ton of crossbow bolts, because you're going to go and fight some dark elves. That's going to be a laugh a second. And when I say a laugh a second, obviously you probably won't be laughing the vast majority of the time, but you'll be laughing on the inside potentially. Let's grab the windmill, because everyone likes a windmill. Emu and Rodhull, of course, classically lived in a windmill with Grot Bags the Witch. That's a very old UK TV reference. Rodhull was someone with a big chin and, from what I remember, a pink coat, and Emu was well, he was an emu, and Grotbags was a witch, and I think there was like Teabag, who was not what you think. He was a little boy who worked for Grotbags, and there was someone else. I think I might be mixing up TV programs at this point. Osland. Am I friends with Osland? I've got a non-aggression pact. Ah, fuck it. Yeah, whatever. So windmills, obviously good. Jonathan Creek lived in a windmill as well. He solved crimes. So, you know, obviously the more windmills we have across Bretonnia, theoretically, the more mysterious, you know, murders that will get solved. You can't argue with that logic. That is, you literally cannot argue with that logic. Okay, so let's then... Yeah, Tristan was going to come down and see what's going on down here, wasn't he? Likelihood is we'll probably just end up at war with those factions down there. Oh, wait. Alberic had a quest to do, didn't he? I'd forgotten about that. I'd forgotten about Alberic's quest. God, that's... We had the Trident, didn't we? Shall we do that? That doesn't look that tricky, does it? Yeah, let's go and deal with... before I do that, let's turn on subtitles, because someone asked me to do that, and in fact a few people asked me to be honest. I feel like I do that. I never turn subtitles off. I feel like maybe updates turn it off by default, so and I usually just leave them off. Anyway, so let's go and do the Trident of Manan. Good old Alberic de Bordelot, detective extraordinaire, Sherlock of his time, has found his trident. He's found it. Apparently some evil duke had it or something like that. I wasn't really paying attention. Anyway, the point is, we're going to go there, we're going to beat him up, we're going to take out a trident. It's everyone's going to live happily ever after, obviously apart from the duke, who will be dead. So, yeah, no problem there. Good. Right. Oh, he's got Ludwig Pappenheimer as reinforcements. He's got some great cannons and some handgunners. Oh, the tricksy bastard. Never mind, no problem. We'll take him on, we'll finish him off, and we'll get our bloody although we've got our... it's not the point, it doesn't matter.
My friends, we are blighted by savage deception from those we once thought of as brothers. They have stolen the artifacts from beneath us, and now they mock our righteous fury. We will not yield to this curse, no! We will plunge our blades into their ignoble hearts and reclaim our birthright. Much like the sea crashing against the shore, we will crush these traitors! Now, with me, companions, for Bordelot!
So, what I hadn't quite realised was the fact that they would start... I thought the cannons would come on as reinforcements, and they'd be like, okay, no problem. Deal with knights first, then cannons. Nope, the cannons start on a commanding position with knight backup and with handguns. So basically, we're going to have to march into cannons and handguns, which isn't going to work very well. The Knights of the Realm are already getting battered. They're holding their shields up as if that's going to fucking help with a cannonball. So not great. We got Alberic. That killed like 4 knights. 5 knights. Ow! Cannons, fuck off. Okay, well that's not great, is it? Poor old Le Troubadour. So that should be... no, I haven't renamed her. It's Margarou. Margarou Le Troubadour. She's taken a bit of a fireball to the face. She ain't no pretty no more. What man would want her with fireball burns? Actually, to be honest, that'd be pretty badass, wouldn't it? I got burned by a fireball in a battle. I mean, fair play to you. Jeez. Okay, knights on the right flank. We're trying to keep them back and use our peasants as, well, cannon fodder. Literally cannon fodder. The cannons, though, really want to shoot some knights. But if we keep moving around the flanks, they're going to struggle to pick their targets. The Holy Wardens of La Mazontal, I've realised, don't have shields. So That's not great. They are marching towards handguns, and now we're getting a burning head. So that's good. Brill. Okay, knights on the right flank. Knights on the left flank. We've got them just where we want them. Marching straight into a crossfire. Ow. Basically, this is not going as well as I'd hoped. The burning head did career through their own line, so that is something. Okay, here we go. We're going in. The Holy Wardens should be able to do some good damage. Getting charged by some mounted yeomen, but our knights in the forest coming around. We're getting a nice charge on these mounted yeomen. Lock them down. Knights of the realm charged there. We've locked them down. If only we had more knights, basically. Yeah, more knights would be good. Knights coming streaming out of the forest. We've got the enemy general. We're going to ignore him because, frankly, our knights are needed elsewhere. So we're going to engage the mounted yeoman. We're also then going to hit these handgunners because the handgunners are the worst. I'll try and knock them out quickly. Good. Another burning head, which manages to incinerate quite a lot of their own units. And then, oh, look at that amber spear doing some catastrophic damage, getting 33 kills. Holy shit. Okay, so it's absolute chaos now. We've got knights and infantry all over the place. Our archers are about to get charged, but frankly, I'm just kind of glad that in some ways they're drawing fire, or at least cavalry, away from my cavalry, so I can knock out the enemy infantry and their missile units. So as we can see, the handguns on the run there, and then these Knights of the Realm can come back to lend their charge. We're actually going to knock out these swordsmen, make sure they don't come back to the fight. Foot squires getting these halberdiers in the back. Basically, these guys got a pure anti-Bretonnian force. They've got handguns, they've got cannons, they've got halberdiers. It's literally the worst. Poor old Alberic. No one knows who he is, and they send literally the worst quest battle army against him. Come on, let's get a good old charge on the back. Who's left? Yeah, these Knights of the Realm done to about half strength. But there we go. Nice little charge right into the rear there. Lovely stuff. That's going to get them. Good. Right, on the left flank, we are managing to scrape together the remnants of our forces and try and knock out each of their units in turn. They still have some Knights of the Realm there. Our archers still opening fire, knocking out these mounted yeomen, hopefully before they... No, not before they get a charge. Well, our archers died as they lived, trampled under horseback. Ow. Well, you know, at least they're keeping them busy. That's the main thing. Alberic is beating up the Bright Wizard. Good job there. That's it. Give him a prod. Give him a prod. What are you doing? Don't let him cast magic, Alberic. Go on, prod him. Thank you. God, was that so hard? Go on, give him another prod. Prod him. It's not quite 3 kingdoms, is it? But it looks like the enemy army is now breaking. There we go. The enemy general is surrounded. Is that the enemy general or is it an Empire captain? I'll see him. It's Ludwig. There's Ludwig. There's Guillaume de Chastillon, the no-good, old, mean enemy lord. The beastly Bretonnian baron who has our trident, and we're all charging in now to beat the shit out of him. That's it. Give our trident back, you bastard. It's alright, he's gone. He's gone, as is the rest of his army. We managed to survive. Just about. That's good. Well, that went fine. At no point was I worried that we would get completely dicked over by having terrible units. So that worked fine. Let's take the replenishment. There we go. And we've got the Trident of Manan. So we've got more leadership order size, more speed for the entire Lord's army. Charge bonus, melee defense, melee attack, weapon strength, attrition reduction when suffering from high seas attrition. Charge bonus for the Lord's army and melee attack when fighting at sea. Plus a nice little wind ability, which is actually pretty potent. Good.
Blessings of the lady be
and barely anyone died. So it's all good. Okay, let's head over here. Let's level all these guys up. So we've got Sir Grim, who is going to have... Let's give you hard to hit. And we've got Callie, the Windy Bint, who is going to have Curse the Midnight. Let's go evasion, because actually Chain Lightning... I'm kind of a new convert to Chain Lightning. It is a good spell. It's not quite the level of Amber Spear, obviously, but it's not bad. Bonus verse large for knights. I mean, that sounds pretty good, because that's going to mean they're more effective against enemy knights. Did we lose anyone? Yes, we did. Okay. Could get these guys. Could get those. I guess more knights is a good thing, so we'll grab them, I think. That seems...
My reputation precedes me.
Seems sensible. More questing knights for this guy, because he gets free ones up to 18. Almost there. We're getting there. We're getting there. How's Sartosa doing? Sartosa is still a little bit haunted. Still a wee bit haunted. About 50% haunted, which is, you know, is probably fine. I mean, that's probably a little bit of rattle. That's probably like Scrooge level, isn't it? Like a Christmas Carol level of ghostly activity. Like, you know, they pop up at night, but generally they're fine. They don't really do anything, but they are there, and they just kind of like probably keep you up at night, which is probably a little bit disconcerting, but it's not the worst. It's causing a little bit of public order. Just -9. So there's like -9 from people just getting woken up at night by rattling chains and footsteps upstairs and stuff like that, and probably creepy little ghost girls standing in doorways and shit like that. But other than that, you know, it's generally fine.
Greetings. Who seeks my wise counsel?
It's a little hairy man. Hello, little hairy man. You want a non-aggression pact? You are friends with people we're friends with, so I think that's probably going to work out absolutely fine. So far, Tilia have not declared war on anyone, which is good. Just want to kind of keep it that way if we can. I'd prefer the southern Bretonnian kingdoms and Tilia to just ignore each other if possible. That would be my preference, I think. Just leave each other alone. Don't even look at each other. Go and sit other ends of the classroom. Talabeklin's dead, apparently. And we've got technology. Good. So we've got... What were we... Hang on. What? Oh, we got decree... Right, yeah. Because then we want the secure shores decree. The king decrees that shores be secured against the vile raiders from Nagaron. So we get +2 chivalry for every victory against dark elves. And more melee defense when fighting against dark... I mean, more missile resistance will probably be better, but I will take more defense if that's what I'm going to get. So, good. Okay. Let's head over here. We're going to take a little bit of attrition here. Can we... I don't want to go too far. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, more questing knights. Basically, just all the questing knights. Right, we've got all the questing knights. Lovely. And actually, we're looking pretty good for cash, aren't we? So, should we get... Now, we did have a couple of lords, and unfortunately, that they all died. So, that was obviously a little bit disappointing, but should we get someone new? Magnanimous. Now, someone did say about getting a lord and then plonking them in a region to make money, which is not necessarily a bad idea, but at 300 income... A character with Magnanimous would, and this is me trying to do the maths, would need to be in a province that makes 6,000 money a turn to break even. And currently we do not have any provinces that make 6,000 money a turn. Does that make sense? Because if it was 100, it would be, they would make 50, no, they'd make 5, wouldn't they? So then, so they'd need, So they'd need, so basically, it doesn't really make much sense. I mean, it won't... Is it the worst, maybe the worst idea? Just to get them... Venture with Noble Estate. Oh, I don't really care. I kind of want... Do we want a... Jerome? It's a hell of a name for a lady. She doesn't even have a thing, a trait. Sanguine, uncompromising, missile resistance. It's not really going to come. I mean, melee attack. I mean, the problem with all of these like traits is that they're so boring that it really doesn't fucking matter, does it? It's like, do I want +5 melee attack or +10? I mean, who cares? Realistically, it doesn't fucking matter. So we're going to get Nathaniel. We're going to get Nathaniel, And I've got a name in mind for Nathaniel already. And we're going to load him up with damsels, basically, is basically my thinking. We're going to call him Rene, we're going to load him up with damsels, and then I'm going to play the Allo Allo theme track whenever we see him, simply because it will amuse the shit out of me, and that's the entire reason. Yes, I could move the damsels out into different armies, I could give magical support to every army, but it's more entertaining for me to stack them all into one army simply for my own puerile amusement. So that's the kind. If you subscribe to me lately and you're thinking, let's see some high level Total War tactics, you come to the fucking wrong place, because this is not where you're going to find that. This is where you're going to find a 37 to 38 year old man, I can't actually remember how old I am, effectively just playing with himself. That came out wrong. Amusing himself, doing things for his own selfish amusement, just doing things for him, basically. So this is not where you're looking for high level plays. In fact, I've got a little tournament gameplay coming up soon, and you'll realise how accurate that is. Do we have anything else to do? I could build some shit, couldn't I? More salts. There we go. That's what I'm going to build. More salts. Salt for people who are like, but I subscribed for high level gameplay. Well, sorry, my bad. Hold my hands up. To be fair, I never put high level gameplay in the marble in the tag. So, yeah. Okay, Hefler Hugh has a. Who's that? Okay, and Tristan is heading down. We're going to go and find some lizards. Find Philip Billings. We're going to find Phil. See how Phil is. He'll probably declare war on us for no reason. We'll probably end up at war with the High Elves when Phil brings them in. Basically, Phil just likes to dick me over. Phil is the Manfred of the West. He's the slightly more hairy, living Manfred of the West, I feel. So we'll go and find him. Why not? Something to do, isn't it? There's a lot of Norskans, isn't there? The Norskans sinking a lot of Bretonnians. But at least I guess they're keeping them busy in the Sea of Claws there. So good job, Bretonia. Oh, but I don't. But what? Art, why? Art was why? Oh, do I just? Or, but I've got another. But all right. Oh, I didn't want to do fucking. Why is the AI so much? Why do I make friends in Total War? It should be in the name, shouldn't it? Don't make friends, just kill everyone. Just makes life easier for you. Okay. So, North Dakota has a confederation with the Goramatni tribe. Good for them. I wonder if maybe we can make like a quick truce with...
This day gets worse and worse. What do you want?
Just a peace treaty?
Unwise.
Okay. Well, fine. I just didn't... Oh. But you're right next to me, and I'm gonna get my ass kicked, aren't I? And then we're like, oh, but you don't...
I hear your words, but I make no promises of aid.
Okay, well, that's fair. Probably should... Yeah, I'm at war with... Well, look, I didn't know who to... I don't want to declare war on people. I want to go and fight Nagarond. Can we not all just sort of join in against Nagarond? That pointy-eared bastard. Pointy-eared. I mean, obviously the High Elves are pointy-ears as well. I mean, the pointy-hatted. That guy. Malekith. Guided by lights. Movement range. I don't know if that affects... I think it affects him as well. Could be wrong. Does it affect the army? It says campaign movement range. Don't know if it does.
Yes.
Not sure. I could maybe kill Mad Mullitson. We could do that. Because, I mean, he's only got a... It's not a very strong army, is it? We could sink him. Just give the watery tart floating minion something to do, because at the moment there's not really much to do around here. We're sort of like, you know, playing quite a diplomatic game. Obviously it helps if our allies aren't declaring war on each other, but sometimes, you know, you take the rough with the smooth. So let's take out, you know what, I probably don't need my allies. Let's just take out this dickhead. Well, I mean, we haven't fought the Norse. Well, no, we have on the quest battle, but they've got a mammoth and a frostworm, so this should be vaguely interesting. Good shot. He's kind of coming a little bit. He's coming close. I'd run. Run! Okay, so we've pulled the worm out of, blasted him with an amber spear. So he's now heading towards our lines. The rest of the army, though, apparently not interested. So the frostworm is a little bit, probably just a little bit pissed that he just got blatted. So he's chasing after Thyrusa, who is acting as bait. And we're now drawing the enemy worm back towards our lines. Our Grail Knights, looking for a foe worthy of their flamey lancy things, are moving in. Getting a little bit of fire there, not taking too much damage from the archers though. He's going to land, and it looks like he's trying to eat the Fay Enchantress. He's gone for the Fay Enchantress, trying to eat her, but the Grail Knights coming to a rescue, stabbing him in the bottom and doing quite a lot of damage. He doesn't like his bottom being stabbed, especially by burning lances. Yet that's causing quite the pain, and he's breaking, and he's now trying to get away, but the Grail Knights not going to let him. With that, the rest of the army actually starts to advance. Maybe they were hoping that the Frostworm would deal with the entire Bretonnian force. Don't really know what was going on there, but either way, the rest of the army is now on its way. Frostworm is now shattered, so won't be coming back, but we're going to make sure that it's dead. 300, 220, 105, almost there. Come on, just a few more prods. 64, and he's down. Another amber spear which misses, just literally a tusk's width. Some hair got burned off the Marauder Chieftain's mammoth there, but that was a miss, a palpable miss. Our knights now running back to our flanks. Don't want to get bogged down in combat. On the right flank, we've got some skin walls with armour. They've got some more skin walls armoured over this side. Our knights don't want to get charged by them. These guys, of course, are anti-large. So we're going to pull through our Holy Hand Grenadiers and let them get eaten instead. There we go, that's better. And then our knights are going to move around and hit them in the flank. Meanwhile, mammoths now approaching our line. Fay Enchantress stands firm, but the pilgrims, they tend to get exploded. There's a lot of them. Yeah, that guy exploded. That wasn't great. That guy exploded again. The mammoths just basically trampling all over the pilgrims. Never mind. That's basically what they're for. Skin walls being stabbed in the back. There we go. We've got a unit of marauders being tanked by our Grail Knights, which is pretty good. One unit of skin walls dealt with over there, and we're going to get a lovely little charge here with the questing knights straight into these marauders and straight through the other side as well. They were not braced. However, not actually that much damage done. I mean, yeah, okay, they took... I mean, I think I prefer the charges in Three Kingdoms, where, you know, when you charge, you feel it. It makes cavalry feel like a little bit more potent. Okay, so we've got a big old brawl going on here on the flank as the questing knights get some good charges in there. These marauders going down very, very fast. Little shock cavalry from the Knights of the Lion-Hearted coming in there. That's pretty good, liking that. Our Grail Knights dealing with the Marauder Hunters. Getting some axes thrown at them, but they're just going to fend that. Okay, well, that guy didn't fend it off. He got an axe to the face, and he didn't like it. But that's, you know, that happens. Lots of dead pilgrims lying all over the place. Basically cowards. Unbelievable. It's Knight Pope though. He's standing firm. Knight Pope tanking the mammoths and their weird wrinkly bottoms. That's good. Good job, Knight Pope. Grail Knights now coming in. All archers trying to just whittle down the health of these mammoths. Another little amber spear coming in there, knocking some health off, and looks like the Marauder Chieftain's off. The rest of his army is broken. Lots of battle pilgrims laying trampled across the battlefield. But what else are they for if not for mammoths to walk on. I should probably get the Fay Enchantress more Grail Guardians. Those guys, bloody brilliant. Battle Pilgrims, not so much. Brave, there you go, and let's just finish them off. Is this going to kill my Battle Pilgrims? Surprisingly not, actually. I was just going to take that, but oh, we got the Bog Standard. Discourage, not bad at all. Very, very nice. Okay, let's get you back as close as we can, and Fay Enchantress has leveled up, which is good. Secrets of the Other World, not particularly bothered by that, but let's go for more weapon strength for our knights, because it's a real issue with knights in that they if the Grail Knights had armor piercing, then I feel like Bretonnia would be in a much better position, but you just don't have that armor piercing, because anything they're fighting is going to probably have a shit ton of armor. And realistically, I mean, I guess it gives the questing knights the niche that they are the armor piercing ones, but then it means that, well, but the Grail Knights are a bit shit in everything but armor piercing, so you kind of have to make the toss up between, do I go for the... I mean, it means that the Knights of the Realm complete garbage. They got the charge bonus, but realistically, do you need the charge bonus? I don't know whether to go for Trace or not. I want to make peace with Trace and that. Right, I feel like I should. No, not that one. I feel like I should probably get. We've already got the. Okay, I wasn't sure we had diplomacy with the high elves. We already do. It's not good because they're not actually that. They don't like us that much. If we go and beat up Malekith, they will like us, because that will help. They will start to like us then.
Champion.
Yeah, because they're at war with Naggarond. So if we can go and find Naggarond and then declare war on them, then that should cheer them up a little bit. So we can probably do that. Do we have Call of the Lady, Peasant Capacity, yeah, Call of an energy supplement your faction's capital to be sent against a faction of your choosing. I don't know how this works. I'm quite interested to find out. So let's do that. Okay, good.
My reputation precedes me.
Does it just give us an army? Is that it? Just gives us a bit of a shit army. Wow. Well, Nathaniel, what even are you? You don't even have a trait. Like, you don't even have a shit trait. Okay, well, fine. Well, you are completely useless, aren't you? Do you use my peasant? Yeah, you're using my... Right, well, that was a complete waste of bloody time. Because basically all that's done is it's used up my peasant economy. Is it using them? Or is it like... Is that going to go next turn? Oh no, you're using too many peasants. Because it feels like I'm using a lot of peasants. They get... what? Okay, well, alright, fine. Maybe go against the... Go and die against some orcs or something. Just do... I don't know. God, that was a... God, I've got buyer's remorse for that. Jeez, I thought it was going to be like, yeah, spawn like a whole bunch of knights and shits. And it's like, no, have these peasants. Well, brilliant. I've already got Nathaniel, and he's actually got a trait. He's actually useful. He's not shit. Well, he's a little bit shit. But... Talking of shit, I need to give you a vow, don't I? If I go Pledge of Order? Sure, being a... No, you can't recruit any of those. You can't recruit shit, because you're rubbish. We can do some building over here. Right. Nathaniel, get over here. Right, go and watch the Duchy capital be completed. Go and watch the Royal Barracks go up as well. And apparently that, for some reason, will let you recruit Knights Errant, who are, as we've already stated before, complete fucking garbage. So that's going to be really useful. Which is why I should have maintained the buddy system. I feel like the buddy system let me down. I didn't let the buddy system down. The buddy system let me down because all my buddies died, and that's not my fault. But then, of course, you've got the problem of, well, do I want more buddies, do I want more buddies on my conscience? I decided no. Arguably, maybe I should have. Should have just kept recruiting them. Just kept piling them in there. I mean, survival of the fittest. Make it like a Hunger Games. So only the really good survive to get Grail Knights. And the rest, well, they're worm food. Okay, so have we met Malekith yet? Let's go and double... No, we haven't met... Okay, let's send Hugh, Barney McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble and something. And you're going to go over there. You're going to go and find Malekith for us. And we've got you. Who can we meet down here? Oh, Teclis is still alive, amazingly. And the Cult of Sotek.
I have little choice but to listen to your inane babbling.
As have most of my subscribers, so got something in common with them there. We can't get a trade agreement with you yet.
Asur Princess, what would you have of the Phoenix King, stranger?
Well, I'd like a trade agreement, actually. Actually, you know what? Where is...
Not one Druki on Nagaryth. Come in peace. Perhaps you may even leave Nagaryth that way too.
Good to know. I think we'll have better luck once we've declared war on Malekith, and we can do some agent actions against him as well. That'll cheer people up. I think once we kind of get that going on, at that point, the High Elves will be a bit more like, oh, you know what, these guys, they're not too bad, are they? They're kind of, they're doing all right, doing okay. How much attrition are we going to take? That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I can accept that. We've just got a shit ton of questing knights. You're on your way. Not quite sure how that's going to work. I mean, it's literally just a Control A right-click army, isn't it? There's not really much going on there. But might be okay. Might be alright. Potentially. Do we get the Shrine of Manan? It's not very good, is it? I think I decided that it was just a bit shitter than the normal Grail Shrine. So let's get a Grail Shrine. Let's get defenses. Maybe defenses. Maybe get some. Let's get some stables. Sure, why not? Why not? I need to save a lot of money for this. We can get that going on, but you've got your... Yeah, we got a tick from the vow. Good. So that should give him all but one of the vows he needs. Apparently watching buildings being constructed by peasants somehow goes some way to completing a vow. What was the vow called again? Was it the vow of being a lazy bastard? Knights pledge to order, apparently. Pledge to order people to do the work for him, I guess, but never mind. Okay, you're going to pop back here. I feel like maybe getting you some better units, but like... maybe getting rid of some Battle Pilgrims and getting some more Grail Knights in here. What's our growth like? 124 a turn. Okay, so it's going to take quite a while for us to actually get the population we need. Although we could get a little bit more growth with the Peasant's Duty. It's an option, but growth in Sartosa is going to be quite slow. It's one of the reasons I didn't sack the place. Although there was a lot of money to be made from sacking the place, I felt like because it is one province on its own, growth is quite slow. Therefore, it's better to try and capture it at a higher rank and make use of it earlier. It makes it easier to keep control of it, especially by building like things like the Grail Chapel, by having the Vintner, and I think the Smithy's Tavern as well, yeah, because that gives us control. So basically just building stuff like that, make sure we can actually hold on to this place, because obviously it's riddled with vampire corruption, and getting that down is going to take a while. I'd hope the Fay Enchantress would have had extra things to do, but apparently she's just... I mean, we could maybe send her after the orcs. Just by herself. Maybe just go and send her off to do that. I mean, while everyone else is in Nagron, just like, freezing their asses off, nipples that could cut ice, the Fay Enchantress is going to go and beat up some orcs in the Badlands, a little bit warmer. It does leave our homeland almost completely undefended, and obviously we're war with Trace, which does not fill me with glee. But maybe if we can beat up enough Dark Elves, Trace will come around, we can get Artois on our side, all that kind of stuff. But that is going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode of the Fay Enchantress.